Hasbunallah ni'mal wakil. Tariqat al-Sawf al-Hayr min Jamiat, our way, it is founded on, it continues with sohbat, with association. With the association, you're going to learn your religion. You're going to learn the essence of your religion and your existence, your journey. And with that you can continue. Because mankind, if you're not learning, if you're not increasing, you are stuck, you will die. That's finished. That's it. Our return is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're not just returning to the grave. Return to the grave is so easy. We're just talking about the grave. Just boop, we go in and then we return to, we're returning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now. You think this is very easy? It is the longest journey now. We are not those ones who say, oh, he's with God now, he's in peace. How do you know he's with God? Were you with him when you are here on the face of the earth? If you're with him, then you're going to be with him. But most people, they're walking on the earth proudly. They're not even understanding the earth 40 times a day. It is calling out to us. The earth calling out to us. Are we hearing the earth? You're not hearing the earth. You cannot hear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Impossible. You are here, the earth. You are here. You are together. You are part of the earth. You're not hearing the earth saying to you, oh, you who's walking proudly on me. Know that one day you're going to return back to me, into my womb, and I'm going to grind you. We're not hearing that, meaning we're not hearing the angel of death breathing, feeling the angel of death breathing down our neck. Prophet says, والسلام, 40 times a day the believer is thinking about death. If he dies, he will die as a shaheed. How are you going to listen? How are you going? Yeah, people are jumping up and down. I hear angel, I hear this, I hear Allah speaking. Suddenly everyone become prophet. Even Ulul Azam Prophet, Musa alayhi salam, he only hears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through a tree. Not any time that he wants. He has to go up, climbing up that mountain. He's made from flesh and blood too. He had to climb up the mountain. Today, murids are not even driving up to the dargah to make zikr. Where are those ones? You understand? But claiming, I'm number one in faith. I'm number one in belief. Sometimes he's hearing. And he's not hearing directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala too. It's a sound that is coming from the tree. Sound coming from the tree. It's not Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly speaking. The only one is the Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. And Mi'raj, it is different. So, a subject of faith, it is never ending. Because if you're saying, what is it that we can do to increase our faith? Do we all have faith? Do we all have faith? Do we all have faith? Is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granting everyone faith? It is. Because everyone is created in perfect faith. Everyone has been created a what? A Muslim. Everyone has been created a Muslim. It is the parents that make them into Jews or Christians. Meaning to run into this lifestyle or to run to another lifestyle. But that submission, that purity is there. If it's not there, then why prophets came to change the nation? It's there. Meaning it only takes something through the sohbat of the prophets, through their training, to understanding reality. That doesn't work. Non-thinking people, then you're going to give them miracles. 24 hours to make them to submit. Thinking people, you don't need miracles. It makes sense. Because the miracle of the mind is something that is not found in anything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created. The aql. But those, when they're not using aql, then you got to show them this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and then they will follow. At low level. Because if somebody else showed them this thing bigger, they're going to follow that one too. Huh? So it is, Prophet ﷺ did not build his nation, did not build the Sahabis based on miracles alone. You understand? So many times, it is not to change their faith. So many times, it's just to come out from a difficulty. He doesn't have to convince them. So, faith. How do you know you have faith? Number one, to begin with. Allah has given us all faith. Has put into each and every man, woman, and child, when He has created us, perfect faith. But the direction that you take your life to is making you to become either a believer or unbeliever. Is that no? So, any way you look at it, you cannot run away from tasawwuf. Because here we're talking about matters of faith. We're not talking about the rukun of Islam. We're talking now about iman. We're talking about ihsan. Somebody said to you, I give you this, that's a piece of rock. And he's saying, there is gold in this. How do you know there is gold? You look at it, looks like it, feels like it. Man says that. 100 people may say it is. How do you know it is? How would you know? There are certain tests. Or you're going to make the test yourself? No. You're going to make the test according to the experts now. What it is. So whatever that you have there, if you're not testing it, you would not even know that it is faith. First you have to test whether it is real faith or it's not. We are saying by mouth, we bear witness that there is Allah. There is no Lord but Allah. And we bear witness that the Holy Prophet ﷺ is His messenger. That is by tongue. But that itself, the shahadat, means you are witnessing. Now, we're coming from something that you are just learning to something that you must witness. When you witness now, you have to have that certainty, and that certainty only comes through witnessing. But it is not witnessing the way that everyone is going to witness. The man can pick up the rock and say, I witness that there is gold, but it's not up to your witnessing, not according to your eyes. Because your eyes, you can say something else. 3 men on top of a mountain, they see an animal down the bottom of the mountain. One of them says it is a horse. The other one says, no, it is definitely a cow. The other one says, no, it is an elephant. You all have that knowledge. Maybe they have that knowledge. Definitely all of them are very certain of themselves. But there cannot be 3 right answers, there's only one. So you have yaqeen. Now you have the knowledge of certainty, just the knowledge. But now you have to witness. Now you have to go down closer. Everyone will see and everyone will decide what it is. Everyone going down, and you look at that animal and you're saying, oh, it's not a cow, it's not an elephant, it is a horse. So that now becomes Ainul Yaqeen. You are certain by just the witnessing, you're looking. But that is not enough. Just seeing is not enough. Now you have to touch it. You have to experience it. That is Haqqul Yaqeen. Now 3 have to go and touch the animal to see whether it's not a hologram. These days they can do the holograph. special effects, magic, let's just say, because all of you are dead. I'm talking to you. Huh? Now you have to go and you have to witness. You have to touch it, make sure that it is real, it is alive. It is not something that play on the senses now. Now you have to experience it. If you understand that whatever faith you have, you need to experience that faith for it to be real faith, welcome to Tasawwuf. Welcome to Tariqat. You're going to witness and you're going to experience that faith. Don't say, I'm going to experience Allah. That is the end. Like what we are saying in the Sohbat before. How are you going to experience Allah? Amantu billahi. We believe in Allah. Let's take the shahadat. Leave the rukun of the iman. Take the shahadat. We believe La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Meaning we put Allah and His Prophet first. How are you going to have a proper iman, faith in Allah? Our shahadat is giving us that answer. Which is what? No. It is not. Without La ilaha illallah, you will not reach that too. La ilaha illallah. First is La. You have to get rid of everything other than Allah. La ilaha illallah. Allah. Once you are able to understand that, to get rid of every ilah, every other deity that is competing with Allah, you are only going to discover the Prophet. You understand? La ilaha illallah Muhammad. Alayhi salatu wassalam. You're going to discover Muhammad Rasul. He's a messenger. Allah. Then you go to Allah again. But after the Allah, you go to La. Ilaha illa Allah Muhammad Rasul Allah La. It continues. It continues. You become 0. Allah is 1. You become 10. You say La. Another 0. 100 now. You say La. You take another 0. You become 1,000. That time, you are 0 and Allah is 1. So, you need to identify what it is that takes your faith away from you. What makes your faith to be weak? According to Shariat, everybody knows what makes people in thinking, if only I become stronger in my Shariat, my faith is going to be strong. No. La. No. There are people called munafiqs, hypocrites. That the Shariat is very strict. You understand? The faith is gone. There's no faith there. So it is not according to that. Of course, you have to keep 100% your Shariat. Now, you go into Tariqat. Tariqat, Muhammad, alayhi salatu wassalam, away, Rasul. You understand? You enter that. You enter into the messenger. This is what we are as believers. We are believers. We are servants. But the servant is always a messenger of Allah, because he is showing the qualities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to have, which is coming from divine sources. I'm not saying you become Rasul, you understand, like that. I'm saying that you become now, even there is one messenger, with a smile, he is giving the Islam. With one smile, he is showing Islam everywhere. You can spread it to people or not to people. It doesn't mean if there's nobody, you cannot become a believer. You become that, spreading that. representing now Rasul, Allah. Then you say, no, my Lord is greater. Because other things will start opening now. Once you are coming closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, other things will open. But you are going to say, no, only you, Ya Rabbi. You come closer, Allah will dress you. You say, this is yours, Ya Rabbi. What, Allah is going to dress you with that robes of honor you're going to take? Can I believe where we are? I say, yes, thank you, this is mine. You're going to say, astaghfirullah, it all belongs to you. Understand? Zero, canceling yourself out. Allah says, put more. I cannot, Ya Rabbi. It is you. Put more. Don't worry. And that time, yes, you are disappearing. I don't mean physical, you can just still be. But you, that time, you are just a shadow of your, what Allah has created you as. Your reality is with Allah, you understand? Now, our reality is this, clay. And our faith is just a shadow. So remove from the Shariat now. Remove what takes away your faith. Ahir Zaman now, not concentrating on that. Because the laws of Allah is not being applied. There is no Khalifa, there is no Islam. So now it is both a blessing and something that is very difficult for us to carry. Now that means now the way is more open now for tariqat, for the spirituality. It is not going to be as difficult as it was before. So now, Holy Prophet ﷺ saying, one sunnat that you're carrying, you will have the blessings of 50 martyrs, 100 martyrs of the Sahabis. So now, you are looking at the faith, your tariqat, your lifestyle, meaning the reason, the meaning of why you are living. You become more awake. The reason why you are here, the reason why you eat, the reason why you wake up. You're going to ask, why am I doing this? Why? Now, when you have that reason and you have that meaning now, you're going to understand this, my ghaflat, my heedlessness now, it is blocking my faith. It is veiling my faith. I have to get rid of it. My stubbornness now, it is veiling it. Hundreds and thousands of tricks and traps of just stubbornness. Same way with arrogance. Same way with anger. Now, to go to the journey inside, deep inside, you need a master. To go into the journey under your skin, you need a master, a doctor. You cannot do it yourself. Now, to go deep inside our heart, not the physical heart, but inside where it is the throne of Allah. Are we understanding this? Are we understanding what is the throne of Allah? What is the biggest thing in creation? The throne of Allah. And it is here in our heart. You want to increase your faith? Look inside now with a master. You do it by yourself, you will injure yourself. You will kill yourself. Because one step you go in the way of Allah, there's 70 shaitans that are there. The shaitans are not going to be there to say, we're shaitan. We're going to, no, they're going to come as angels, as your friends. They're going to whisper things to you. one step? What if you take 2 steps, 3 steps? Always there, shaitans. Now, if you're not having a master who has gone back and forth, you will not know the way. And you're going to step on a landmine, you're going to explode, you're going to burn yourself. That's why people who are entering into the spiritual way also without a master, they go off. Those who are in the spiritual way, they accept a master, but they're not following the master. Off too. You understand? Those who are following and they don't want to follow and they are just being a hypocrite, worse trouble for them. So that one is going to say, look out for the things that is veiling your faith. This is how you are going to increase your faith. First, because with that, how we say now? For example, Murid has a problem. And the Shaykh says, don't worry about it. Murid is going crazy. Because the Murid is trained to look for problems, number one. You know, some people, they're trained to look for problems. It's okay, that's how they've been trained. That's what they are living in this world. It's not to find really solutions, just to look for problems. But he has problems now. The Shaykh is saying, don't worry. Now just for that Murid to step on his ego, that says, you know, you must worry. Maybe Shaykh doesn't. No, not that Shaykh doesn't know, but you know, we have to think. So now you're going to lay yourself over and over again with those things. That is not going to be clear. The Shaykh may just sit and smile and not say anything, and you think that you're sinking. And then he says, now are you ready to take my hand? Because I think, how the hand is going? Don't say how. Did you ask Allah that question when Allah is saying, I'm going to create you and send you to this world? How? Do we ask that question when we are in mother's womb? Allah is saying, I'm going to take you out from this world into another world. We say, how? Not everything is working according to our senses only, you know, especially once you enter into tariqat. Now, you're going to learn how to trust a little bit more. Easy way or hard way? You understand? Easy way or hard way? You're going to say, what are you doing learning how to trust? Oh, you're learning submission. Oh, meaning what? Islam. Now you start to experience. You start to experience. Not Islam as in I read, I know, I memorize these things. And no, you start to, it doesn't make sense. I don't know how we're going to do this, but I submit. One way or another, everyone's going to submit. Allah has created us Muslims. One way or another, we're going to die as Muslims. For some, it's going to be too late. But at least they're going to know, because nobody is going to die without knowing what is the truth. Correct or no? Everyone is going to see what is the truth when the angel of death appears. They say, now I believe, just like Firaun, especially people of Akhir Zaman. Now I believe. Jibreel alayhi salam saying, it is too late, taking the earth, stuffing it in the mouth. So many in the graves now. You see, the earth is stuck in their mouths. So, what is stopping us from believing, from submitting? If you are knowing that, you look deep inside yourself, you're understanding, these are the things that are stopping me. It is my ego. Go deep, go deep, go deep. If you know all these things, then it's very easy. Once you identify it first, it's very easy now for your faith to increase, because what are we doing with our faith too? We are here in this Jamaat not to increase our faith to go to higher stations, dunya or akhirat. Sahaba Kiram, they were with the Prophet ﷺ for 23 years because they can't wait to have high stations, dunya and akhirat. Huh? No. Why are they there? Because of the Prophet. They said, we have just disappeared. We fully submitted. Wherever you want to take us. We know you're coming from Haqq. We've witnessed it. You've tested us. And we're seeing and we're feeling and we're understanding. You're walking the way of truth. 23 years it took. Very, very, very difficult years. And they were there just for the Prophet ﷺ. So now we come to the Naqshbandi Tariqat. Our attachment to the Shaykh now. It is not because we want things dunya or akhirat. It's not. We just want to disappear into his oceans. Shaykh Maulana Hazrat Lari is saying the Naqshbandis must be higher than that. The way that Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam is saying to the angels, Hasbinallah wa ni'mal wakil, when he was thrown into the fire and the angels came to offer help, and he says, no, I don't want any help from you. I only ask help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Naqshbandi Murids are going to ask that from the Shaykhs. The relationship now. Understand? So now, we have to watch everything according to these eyes, not according to these eyes. These eyes will trick you. These eyes, according to the senses, it tricked Shaitan. Shaitan was seeing everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was giving him to see. The 7 paradises and above, he was able. But he was only judging with his eyes, meaning judging with his ego, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. And he refused to bow down to him because he says, it's made from clay. It's made from clay. Look. You know, some people saying, there's a problem. Don't you see there's a problem? Say, look, trust me. But there's a problem. There's a problem because of this. Trust me. Don't worry, inshallah. If you're not pushed to the edge where you say, you know what, I don't trust myself anymore. I only trust you. And if you are not pushed to that edge, small things and big things in tariqat, impossible for you to feel that faith, to have that faith. Because you still think that faith comes from you. You can do it because of you. No. You do everything and you say, I trust in Allah. This is not the way to just blindly following. We said, no, we are tying the camel. If anything, Shaykh Effendi is teaching us how to tie the camel. Yes, we are tying the camel now. But if the Shaykh is saying, now trust in Allah, don't say, but I need to tie it like this. Shaykh, we need to tie it like this. We need to tie it like this, and tie it like this. Don't worry. Sometimes your tying is no good too. Let us to tie. I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to tie it. Why I should be telling you? But inshallah, there will be a way. Because if we're walking in the way of Haqq, why it has to be the opposite? You understand? Why it has to close? It will open. We just have to find a way to open it. And in finding that way, your faith will increase, inshallah. This much is enough. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Sohbat, association. You're not in association, not just to sit once a week. You're not in association with your heart. You're not in association with your tongue. you're not following, being a shadow like that in that way, you don't have that association, that faith becomes very flimsy. Faith is just like a bubble. You think it's getting big, but just one small little thing, everything is off. So that is important. Assalamu alaikum.